Hey everybody, how y'all doing? I'm gonna give you guys a little review and recap in a new episode of Ranpo Kitan game of Laplace, which is on episode 5. Now, this episode right here, I gotta say, I expected a certain thing. I expected something to happen, like a certain easy event that could trigger something within a person to go out of control. Well, I've seen that a lot lately, and I did see in this episode, so it wasn't too surprising. But at a certain case, it just makes a certain question about this. What is justice exactly, and how good is the law when it comes to punishing criminals? So if anything else, let's go. Okay, at the beginning of the episode, we have to it that one of our characters, Kagami, is being interrogated by Akechi Kogoro along with some other guy Nakamura who who is his senior or senpai back then. So we get into a backstory about Kagami and what he became today. Eventually, eventually when he was back then when he was working as a newbie detective, he actually had a great time with it. I don't think he had much trouble. He had to stay up late though. Though the only issue is right now is that he had to take care of a couple things here and there when he was at work, like arresting and analyzation on a couple things with a couple profiles, of course. And when it came to his sister is working hard too when it came to certain designs. And I'm thinking in my mind, wow, I guess she's like hardworking just like him. But eventually when he continues his job, like certain criminals that gotten a couple things here and there, oh my gosh, like some the law or court or some kind of psychiatric whatever they want to call it is like they're just mentally ill, so that's why they release them from prison or do not get sent to prison at all and get released. And I'm thinking in my mind, are you kidding me? This is not cool. Are they really stupid? That's what I'm thinking, because one guy who was drunk or something who ends up sexual assaulting a woman or so was released because temporary insanity when it comes to alcoholics. And I'm thinking about mine. No, that should not be the case here when it comes to certain things. When it comes to drunk people, no, they pretty much put themselves in that situation by over drinking. So I don't understand why you're gonna let freaking a-hole go like that. Not cool, honestly. Then when it came to the same person that we saw in last week's episode, a couple weeks back, if I remember correctly, like the fat guy who kidnaps girls and tries to make them family, or Kazuko, whatever you want to call it. Apparently, he's released from prison due to certain a mental illness. He goes like, "There's no point of arresting me," blah blah blah. This pretty much ticked off Kagami a lot, etc. And he was submitted to a psychiatric hospital. And when it came to his sister succeeding in a certain contest, or I mean Kagami's sister succeeding in a contest and winning a silver, that was pretty cool. But I knew something tragic was going to happen to make Kagami go insane or crazy. And eventually, it came to that. Like, the fat, obese punk, whatsoever you want to call him, escaped the hospital, sent a threatening message as revenge for arresting me. I'm gonna kill Kagami's family. And they found his sister hanged with the dress that she won in a silver medal contest. And this really pushed Kagami to his limits, and he was driven towards insanity, whatever you want, how I perceive it, because now he ends up killing criminals. It just starts to be out of control and out of place right now. So yeah. So that's the story behind the interrogation of Kagami and how he became who he is today. He knew that he was gonna get arrested. That's why he wanted to kill many criminals as possible. And I'm thinking in my mind, you really lost yourself into madness, have you? And the ending of the episode shows that the big fat obese guy who's planning to kidnap other girls, except this guy in the hood, who apparently has a cell phone, and looking at it, he killed the fat guy, which is pretty crazy. Sliced him in the stomach and stabbed him repeatedly, and then he died. I'm pretty sure he died because there's no way he could survive all that stabs. That would be too crazy. So overall, this episode pretty out of control, pretty out of hand, and crazy due to the fact of like certain laws and justice are not taking in things seriously, and they say mentally ill should be out of prison. I'm like, yeah, right, like that's supposed to really work. So they're more willing to arrest Kagami and so forth and so on just to do that compared to the other guys out there. Yeah, I can understand like arresting Kagami, yes, but you're not gonna arrest these other mentally ill people that you call like that should be released from prison. Makes you question a lot about laws and justice, you know. What is justice and how good is the law when it comes to certain parts here and there? Because sometimes in the world, life has ways of wanting to like wreck you right in the butt or slap you in the face. That's for sure. So yeah, Kagami's past. I knew something tragic was going to happen to him in this episode, you know, because I had a feeling. Because what made him want to kill criminals and take on this name 20 Faces? And he did mention at the end, like, the 20 Faces won't die. That's for sure. I'm thinking in my mind, yeah, eventually someone will take over that role and cause some criminals' death. That's for sure. But yeah, pretty okay episode if anything, but gives you a question of how good is the law and what kind of justice is there to it. So if anything else, I'm just gonna leave it at that, people. I'll see you guys in my next video. I'm off as well. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace out. Bye bye.